Cosmic Shakti, baby!
To purchase t-shirts and merchandise with my art on it, just click on the eye on the top right hand side of the screen and it will take you right to my shop. Well, sorry about that outburst from my little friend there. He doesn't like fireworks that much, and that explosion in the title page is just a little bit too much for his little ears to take. So, kind of like cats and dogs at Halloween. You know, Halloween's coming up right now and they hate the firecrackers, they just run for the hills. Well, he gets a little bit irritated, so he usually attacks anybody that starts lighting things off. So just bear that in mind. He's kind of a guy you don't want to mess with. But anyway, just to let you know, today I'm going to be doing inclines and some back. Basically, I'm going to be doing a whole body workout. I'm going to be doing this whole body workout because I just feel like it. Because that's why I do things, because I feel like it. But if any of you don't like what I do, again, I can introduce you to my little friend, and perhaps you two can have a good discussion. That's right. That's right. Yeah, might makes right here. Yeah, I got a dinosaur. You don't have a dinosaur. So you don't have a dinosaur as your friend. That means I'm automatically right about everything I'm saying. Good. Okay, now that we got that established. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing a few things. So just to let you know, it'll be a little bit of a longer video, but I'm going to teach you some variations on stuff. Basically, I'm going to teach you nothing. I mean, you'll probably know everything anyway, but you'll hang out just for the fun of it. So thanks for coming. But what I'm going to do is some steeper inclines, and I'm going to do some lat pull downs, which everybody knows how to do, but I'm going to show you some variations and reasons why I do it. And I'm going to be doing some bicep curls, some shoulders, and also some Romanian deadlifts. So I'm not going to be doing deadlifts from the floor, but I'll show you my variation of deadlift, the Romanian deadlift, and I'll be doing it light. But you'll see that it's definitely worthwhile incorporating in your workout if you haven't tried them before. They're actually a great exercise to get that hamstring development, and also to assist you with keeping your lower back arched at the same time as flexing the hamstrings, which is very important with lifting. So here I'm just warming up. I mean, I've been warming up for 3 or 4 sets here, just with light weight on the incline, just getting my pec. My left pec has been a little tight since my shoulder is actually shifted, so it's actually been really good. You can see how steep I'm using the incline there. But now I just know that I have to warm up and just build up the coordination around the joint and make sure everything's kind of functioning properly before I start really pushing myself. So anyway, it feels pretty good. So I'm just, just playing with the hundies or the hundreds or whatever you want to say, I don't know if there's an egotistical way I could start speaking. I think it'd probably be more entertaining because I've had a few people actually talk the comment section say, "Hey Jason, I just love this channel. It's like there's not any ego in here and stuff." And I'm like, yeah, my whopping 1,200 subscribers, maybe I should be doing some more ego stuff because it seems like that seems to be more marketable these days. So but anyway, I don't know if I could pull it off. Honestly, I just don't. I just can't take this stuff that seriously because I've been doing it for so long, and at the same time, it's really a fun way of life. Lifting weights doesn't have to be an egotistical endeavor. It can be just a way of just feeling a burn, getting the blood going, and getting those endorphins and stuff. And yeah, I just look at it like a yoga almost. It's not quite yoga, but it is definitely a type of yoga when you're stretching and contracting muscles, and breathing and getting all that kind of stuff going in the gym. And funny thing is, those of you that do tune into my meditation channel, I've found that weight training has actually helped me with meditation because exercising also helps me be able to sit for longer because I've, exhausted the body, moved the blood around, and then when I do go to meditate, it's not such a big deal. So some of you be asking, okay, let's change this into an ego channel. Okay, I'll start flexing here. Yeah, take that. But the whole point is, what's the point of having muscle? Like what can you do with it? Some bodybuilders say, great, nice muscle, but what can you do with it? Well, I showed you in the last video, this is what I can do with it. Thanks for indulging that last video, by the way. It was great having a few people get a laugh from it. And yeah, I'll continue to make some weird videos from time to time. Sorry, you might have to indulge me there, but I got to see, I got to test the market, see what the heck you guys want to watch. And at the same time, I have to please myself because you know what? It's not like there's much money in this, making a dime a day, I got to find ways to have fun with it myself. It's definitely not for profit, that's for sure. So, so anyway, with the lat pull downs here, I'm just, I'm not stretching all the way up. I know this, and I'm just coming down as far as I can to flex the lats. Any farther down, like I've talked about in other videos, and to touch my chest, sometimes I'll have to rotate the arms in sometimes. So there are different variations. So I'm warming up lots, and again, I have to warm up my lats quite a bit, whereas before, when my shoulders, I didn't have any slap tears or any sort of labral tears in the shoulder, I didn't have to worry about that. But now my lat actually stabilizes the joint quite a bit. So that's another reason why I don't straighten the arms all the way up at the top. I mean, not that I ever did anyway, but that's why my range of motion is a little bit shorter, because when I do come up, then the lat isn't able to stabilize the shoulder quite as much. But that said, I do lighter sets sometimes, and I do come all the way up sometimes. And all the way up, what I mean by that is I straighten the elbows almost all the way, but never all the way, okay? I know a ton of people that have straightened the elbows all the way, and you see it all the time in the CrossFit, and you see it all over the place, where they're doing chin-ups and they're just hanging there on the bar. I guarantee you, 90% of these people are going to develop elbow or shoulder problems from this. It's just that it's like an elastic band. You can keep on stretching it, and then at some point snap, or it just elongates and then no longer supports the joint, and then you get a whole bunch of bursitis type issues and all the rest of it, right? So here I'm just stretching up a little bit more, you see? So the arm's still staying totally bent. And again, it might be a little bit straighter if I didn't have the labral tears in the shoulder, but the bottom line is I'm going on feel, you see? I'm really feeling what's right for me. I'm not saying, hey, what do you guys want me to do? Well, stretch myself in half because it works for you, right? See? I'm stretching, the joint just enough. So I'm stretching all the way up, keeping the arm slightly bent, and then the bicep, because it crosses the shoulder, it actually will protect the shoulder and the elbow joint. Okay, and that's what we're trying to do. So we're trying to work the muscle, but at the same time, give the muscle some sort of mechanical advantage to be able to protect the joints at the same time. So that's why I do what I do. So when I see people, just hanging on the bar, if you're doing super lightweight, yeah, you can get away with that, and that's okay, But once you get into heavier weight and you start straightening the arm all the way, you're going to have definitely some elbow or shoulder problems. So anyway, if I can protect one person from destroying themselves that way, I will, right? And so here I am just doing some bend over laterals here. There are different variations too. I mean, sometimes I'll do the extreme external rotations where I'll come up forward with the dumbbell, like almost the back of my palm. I'm like doing a back fist by the ears. And then this one is, a little bit in between, an absolute bent over lateral and an external rotated bent over lateral, right? Just like that. See? So I'll do variations of both. I don't stick to one or the other, just a matter of, I find both work the rear delt and both get that softball type look for the shoulder. And I found once I started incorporating external rotation in my rear delt work, it actually made a big difference in how much rear delt development I got. Okay, so now I'm trying to bring it more with the pinky up now, and this is just a subtle variation again, and you will feel each variation differently in the rear delt. Not one is wrong, it's just a matter of just playing around and having fun with all of it. And yeah, that's the great part about rear delt work. I mean, I think if 50% of your work was rear delt work, you'd be better off than concentrating so much on front delt work all the time, because you do a lot of work with front delts when you're bench pressing and doing all that kind of thing, right? So here I'm doing the variation. It's like a skier movement, and it works a lot of lats, a lot of rear delt, and a lot of trap as well, surprisingly enough. So this is kind of a neat little finisher, just, a few reps there just to finish it off. And now I'm just going to be doing some slow bicep curls because, I get slandered all the time for swinging and this and that and, all that hate and whatever I'm talking about in some of the other videos, right? But the fact is I'm just doing some slow reps here to warm up, and then I'll go with heavier weight and do some slow reps. And, it's really important to understand that different rep speeds will work different parts of the torque curve. It'll work different parts of your body parts. It'll actually work different muscle fibers. You will get different development. So it is important to change it up. It's just like doing high reps versus low reps. Again, there's no right or wrong way here. So the odd time, especially with bicep curls and some movements that seem to support slower rep type movements, the negatives, I will start to just slow things down on the eccentric, right? And just get that squeeze at the top and then slow it down. And it's pretty rewarding. You get a pretty decent pump from it. So it's something worth a try. And just so you know, that spot right there is not on my lens and it's not on me. So in case you're wondering, Jason walking around with a spot, it's just actually I'm filming in the mirror here so I can get enough space actually so that you can see me from the front angle. As much as that might be disappointing to you, that's the angle that we're getting today. So you're getting a front angle here. I usually try to keep my face out of the shots, but hey, today, yeah, this is my gift to you. Yeah, so yeah, I did about three sets of biceps here. You know, I did a more chest today. I did about 5 sets of chest, and you know, and then I did about 5 sets of lats. So sometimes, you know, with the bigger body parts, sometimes I'll do more sets. And then when I'm lazy, I'll do less sets for legs, because I find legs just kick the crap out of me. You know, 3, 4, 5 sets of legs on a whole body day seems to be a little bit excessive. So because there's so much nervous system and so much lower back and so many little muscles and the stabilizers at work, sometimes with the leg training, I'll just do only 3 sets, you know. So here's another angle from behind, you know, so you can see I'm in front of the mirror there. See the magic of film. See the magic of film there? So for purposes of self-promotion and trying to get this channel going, I got to bring more ego in. So I guess I got to do another gratuitous posing shot, you know, get 2 shots of posing in one video. My God, you know, my views are going to go to the roof, or I'm going to have no subscribers by tomorrow, one of the two. Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah, here's what I look like here. Different angle, different lighting, you know, you got to try it all out. You got to try all the different lighting out. My God, that's enough of that. Okay, good. Okay, that's over and done with. All right, so here's the Romanian deadlift. This is what I'm doing. You know, it's a really neat sort of thing. If you watch, like you know, there's quite a bit of movement around the hip. Every bit as much as actually some powerlifters, as you'll notice. A lot of powerlifters don't even actually bend over that much to reach the floor because they don't have Tyrannosaurus Rex arms like I have. So just you're gonna load the weight up. I'm gonna do some lightweight today. You know, it's going to be just light. I'm just wanting to stretch and just get a little bit of a workout. And the nice part about stretching the hamstrings out and getting a little bit of workout is that you are helping with the coordination of the lower back, making sure the lower back knows how to fire the hamstrings, but at the same time still stay arched. And I don't have my knees in this shot, but you'll notice that my knees are slightly bent. I've noticed some people do the stiff-legged deadlift out there, and I'm all about everybody finding what works for them, but whenever there's a joint that's locked stiff and nowhere to go, you know, you got to think that's the basis of Jiu Jitsu, right? Is locking the joint straight and then putting tension on it. That's usually how you tear something or break something. I mean, there wouldn't be a martial art around it if it wasn't something that happens. Okay, so the fact is that whenever you're doing a movement, if you are noticing any sort of pain, definitely, you know, bend the joints a little bit. They're meant to be bent a little bit. We don't walk around like on stilts with our legs totally locked. I mean, try jumping off of a bench or jumping and then landing with your legs straight and see what happens. I mean, it's most likely a trip to the hospital ward. So anyway, I'm just repping out here with, you know, 20-30 reps or so with the 135. And what I'm doing is I'm really just pumping blood into the muscle and helping that stretch happen. I'm teaching my nervous system how to fire properly when the hamstrings are involved strongly. And it doesn't have to be a heavy workout for it to work, because I'll tell you right now, just doing high reps with hamstrings just makes me sore. Like the next day I am sore in the hamstrings. It's because the hamstrings have such a large amount of fast twitch fibers in there. So thanks a lot for watching, and share my stuff if you like it and help me get my message out there, and take care for now. Do it your way. Now you know my name, calling me in a drought. I came to Ridge in 215 and sorted it all out.